When I was a doctoral student, my best friend had a brother who was getting a PhD in the sciences, and that meant he got to wear a white coat, and there was a lot of prestige, and we'd go to his laboratory late afternoon. And one time we walked in there, and three other white-coated people walked in and said, "Bob, what are you working on?" "I'm working on the self-diffusion of liquid sodium." "God, that's an interesting substance." "Oh, that's interesting." And for about an hour and a half they talked about the self-diffusion liquid sodium. I wouldn't know it if I saw it. I'm sure it's important. I'm not knocking it. But then I tell myself, if that passion can be shown for a little substance, then think of that limitless world where people are trying to cope with birth and death and friendship and hate, joy and sorrow, making sense and making nonsense, and doing it in so many different ways. And now, some of the benefits. I don't know many more revealing ways to get at what people really are thinking about. I may decide they're hypocrites, but in the act of doing so, I'm deciding that they find it very important to be hypocritical. When I listen to American political campaigns, everybody wants to be more godly than the other, more Jesus-y than the other in America. And I trust that they're all sincere and authentic, but I ask myself, why do they find it important to say that so often? I can go to the drugstore and they don't say that, and I can whatever. It's because they know that in the heart of the vast majority of our people, they want to sense whether your moral framework is grounded. I believe strongly you could have a wonderful moral framework and be an atheist or an agnostic, but the vast majority of people root theirs in what they think God is doing or wants, etc. When you look at the encyclopedias of religion, illustrated ones in particular, see the funny costumes, see the smoke pouring up, see the sight and sound and smell, it's limitless. But I also think it's very practical, and I think as people get a handle on it, by studying religion you don't necessarily become religious. Some students are, some aren't. I don't think philosophy gives you God or takes it away. I don't think history gives you God or takes God away. I don't think religious studies gives you God or takes God away. But I do believe that it gives you handles on these things, and you can then hold up the mirror and explore your own reaches in the light of it. And I think that's a pure bonus, because it doesn't have to happen as part of religious studies. But I guess in the end, I once asked a theoretical mathematician why what was practical use of it. She said, "No practical use to it, it's just beautiful." I said, "That's enough?" She said, "What's the practical use of a Beethoven sonata or a good Spanish guitar?" "Oh, well, it belongs, it's there." So I guess I'd go back and just say again, I'd start by saying it's a damn interesting substance, and then look for the practical sides.